Well, hello, friends out there. Rick Bray with the Plick team at Broomtowgaboses, and maybe you saw the introduction to EDpuzzle. Let's now we're going to have a series of videos here that kind of goes through creating and assigning, sharing my EDpuzzle lesson step by step. So I'm going to try and break it down into multiple videos. So feel free to pick the one that works best for you. But first, I'm going to start by heading over to EDpuzzle, which is just edpuzzle.com, and I'm going to log in. Now, the first thing, I have to decide if I'm a student or a teacher. I've talked about it before in sessions. EDpuzzle doesn't really like you to switch back and forth. Like if you're a student and then you try and do a teacher thing, it's not going to dig it, even though you can still have the same email address. You're just kind of picking your role. So the only reason I bring this up is if you go in and do things as a student, you want to log out and log back in and say, I'm a teacher. So great, I'm a teacher. I'm going to sign in with Google because that's how we happen to have it working. You certainly want to adhere to your district guidelines on that one. Here we go. Now, as a little thing, I got a Rick Astley video. You better believe I do. But I do, in case it comes up, I do have a pro school account, which is the paid account. But a lot of what we're going to do here, you can do with the free version as well, if that's what you happen to be working with. The districts we support currently both purchase the EDpuzzle platform. So the first thing I need to do is get some content. I want to showcase that on the left-hand side here, there are all different places where content resides, and they have been vetted by EDpuzzle. I think they're really, really good sources, quite honestly. The nice one, you may say, oh, EDpuzzle. Well, these are already lessons that are built by EDpuzzle. And if I want to, if I happen to like this one, I can see it shows me how long the video is. And it shows me how many questions or notes are built into it. And what's great is I can always edit that later on. We'll see that in a later video. But if I like it, I can, as you see here, edit it. I can copy it so that I can make changes to it. Editing it does not change the original. It makes a copy. I can assign it, boom, right to my students, or I could share it with another teacher. So that is EDpuzzle content. That's one way to get your material in there. Certainly I can go over and say, if I go to my content, right, these are all of the materials that I already have, lessons that I already have built. I love bringing in previously made EDpuzzles because why recreate the wheel? But I can add content where I can create a video, I can record it, or I can upload a video. Student projects are cool. We'll get to that in a new video, another video, or I can, make a folder to help organize my material. But what I'm going to show you now is just a way that I love to get information in here from YouTube, because that's where I get most of my lesson material. And I think that's where a lot of us get it from. But if, for example, I were to take this Google Sheets magic video and I decide that I want to show it, whoa, you'll notice on my screen, I have this little button right here that says edit with EDpuzzle. How come I don't have that? Good question. But when you do have it, when I click it, it drives it right into my EDpuzzle editor and it lets me do stuff we'll see in another video. But that's later. How did I get this little button? That is the EDpuzzle extension in the Chrome browser. So I'm going to head over to the Chrome web store and I'm going to do a search for EDpuzzle. Now, again, you may have to have this approved by your school. In the districts that I support, this is approved. But here's the EDpuzzle extension. When you click Add to Chrome, it does not live in the top of your address bar. Instead, when you reload Chrome, when you reopen it, you'll get this little button down here. So that is really quickly how you can get different materials, whether they're pre-made content or whether it's pulling in a YouTube video into EDpuzzle. In the next video, we're going to look at how we can edit those videos and make the most effective lesson that we can using this platform.